Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Planescape Torment. Wir sind auf dem Weg, den Kollegen Merriman oder wie auch immer zu suchen, der die Keys to Dolores Heart hat und der soll sich in der Festhall aufhalten. Und wir sind da aufgestiegen, machen wir das erstmal. Geben wir dir mal einen Punkt Charisma. Mord ist nicht aufgestiegen. Darkon ist aufgestiegen. Das ist gut. Anna ist auch aufgestiegen. Okay. So, dann wollen wir uns mal die Blade von Darkon angucken. Okay. Ja. Nett. Darkon, nett. Dann gucken wir uns mal Spells an. Bei Darkon hast du noch nix. Swarm Curse. Ja, verdoppelt, stimmt. Okay. Gut.
Done.
So. Genau, Festhall. Ach, und ich habe mal nachgeguckt, dieser Messenger, den wir vor ewigen Zeiten getroffen haben, der wollte tatsächlich, dass wir mit ihr hier sprechen. Ich sage, machen wir das auch gleich mal. Genau, I spoke to your messenger. This stern-looking older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fix upon your face as you approach her. You there, might I have a word with you? Yes, you're Jolmy, correct?
Updated my journal.
Jetzt kommt's ins Journal, naja. I'm pleased to meet you then. She gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal. Though you must admit you are an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. What? Are you open to discussion on the matter? This is unusual. Why? Jeremy doesn't bat an eyelash. But why not? I thought it might be an interesting experience, paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. Ja, okay. When I first heard rumors of your existence, how could I resist? So what is your answer? Shall we discuss the matter in greater detail? One moment, where did you hear these rumors? Jeremy frowns. One hears all sorts of things in the fest hall. How could one not eventually hear of a man like you? Again I ask, will you consider my proposal? Na Gott, ja, ein bisschen mehr Geld können wir ja brauchen, ne? Ja, let's work out the details. After a short discussion, it comes down to the following terms. Jeremy will pay you 2,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive a dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Do you agree to this, then? Yeah, let's do it. Prima. So kann man Geld verdienen. The affair is over in moments. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking yourself up off the fest hall floor, Jeremy hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Oh well, coin well spent nonetheless. Farewell. Yes, farewell.
Updated my journal.
Ihr seid da alle bekloppt hier. Was ist hier los? Splinter? Können wir erstmal, bevor wir hier mit Merriman reden, können wir erstmal das hier machen, wenn wir schon mal hier sind. Splinter regards you coolly as ever as you approach. We welcome you once more to the Civic Fest Hall, traveler. How may we help you? How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. Das ist schon mal ganz praktisch. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into this society. Lastly, it is to us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made. spells, item and such. Can you show me the sensoriums? There are two. The public sensorium, where visitors may use the sensory stones for anywhere between 10 and 50 commons, and the private sensorium, where only members of the Society of Sensations are allowed. You can reach neither of them yourself. We must take you there. How do I get into the private sensorium? You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. Eigentlich spricht ja nichts dagegen, dass wir bei denen Mitglied werden. Ich meine, Grace ist da auch Mitglied. Das wird bestimmt nicht negative Auswirkungen haben. Außerdem, diese Dustman-Fraktion, so richtig glücklich sind wir damit ja auch nicht. Bluff, but I am a member, Splinter. I simply have not been here for a long, long while. Das mag stimmen, oder es ist einfach nur ein Bluff, das ist richtig, aber ich denke, wir wollen schon tatsächlich richtiger Member werden. Might I become a sensei then? In order to join the Society of Sensation, one must be willing and prepared to share their own experiences. 5 are required, 1 from each of the senses. Alternately, one may contribute a single experience that has strong elements from all 5 senses. These must be either new sensations or improvements upon our current stock. Should we find them acceptable, they will be placed into sensory stones, and you, having become a sensate, will be taught the sensory touch. It will allow you to draw others' wounds onto yourself. Das ist praktisch. Healing them by accepting their suffering, weil, das ist deswegen praktisch, weil wir ja regenerieren. I'm already a member of the Dustmen. I've changed my mind. I won't turn... Nee. I'm already a member of the Dustmen, but... They will not forgive you. There shall be no going back. Ja. I'm ready to join the Society of Sensation. I feel no more loyalty toward the Dustmen. First, what smell or experience involving it would you offer us? Actually, I'd like to contribute one experience that involves all 5 senses. I woke up not knowing where I was on a cold, blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen or the corpses in their care have seen. A place where... Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless bloody slabs like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. A disturbing experience. And I even left out the part about the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Yes. We shall go to an empty stone now to record your experience. You will then be granted access to those privileges allowed only to members of the Society of Sensation, as well as taught the sensory touch.
Gained an ability.
Woohoo. We welcome you into the Society of Sensation, Traveler. May further journeys and experience pave your road to the great truth of the multiverse. Had a question? Buy something. Was haben wir denn hier Schönes? Score of Identify, Blindness, Luck. Power Word Blind. Könnte ich nicht beklauen. Mal wieder blöd. Naja, gut, okay. Du bist ja auch lustig. Was ist mit dir los? Anna, nu geh mal. Wegfindung. So. Mertwin the Headless. It's clear there's something very wrong with this man. The way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. As you approach him, you at last realize his plight. He's headless. Ja, das ist schon eine gewisse Einschränkung. The thing on his shoulders is merely a skillfully carved wooden prosthesis. A false head. Ich wollte gerade sagen, das ist ja schon auch wieder irre, aber wenn ich mich so überlege... Den einen oder anderen Menschen, den man so im realen Leben trifft, da könnte das durchaus auch sein. Aber das ist, Greetings? The headless body stops fumbling for a moment and pauses. Its hands begin to reach out as if trying to feel exactly where you are. Let it touch you. After a moment, its finger brushes your forearm. It clutches your arm and follows up to the shoulder, then your head. As it feels your face and head, its hands brush your neck as if it were checking for something. Finally, it grabs your hand and shakes it vigorously in greeting. Das ist ein lustiger Vogel. You notice that its skin is cold and slightly clammy. Can you understand me? The figure makes a series of hand motions, then waits for a response. It seems like it's asking a question. What? I don't understand. The headless body taps its foot for a moment, scratching at the chin of its prosthetic head. Suddenly, it raises a finger as if struck by an idea. It points at you, then at the eyes of its wooden head, then at you again. It then indicates its wooden head with both hands, shrugs, and points at you. I haven't seen your head anywhere. No, I haven't seen your head anywhere. The headless body shrugs, slumps a bit, and turns to amble off. Okay, da hat er seinen Kopf verloren. Wörtlich. Ja, gucken wir, man darf bestimmt irgendwo finden. Was haben wir denn hier alles noch? Du hast auch einen interessanten Namen. Jumble Murder Sense. This short, balding man's orange tunic and rather sizable gut give him the look of a walking pumpkin. He is absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and a strange gleam in his eyes make him look a bit mad. Na super. A bit mad? Und das sagt dieses Spiel. Ich lieber nicht wissen, was mit dem los ist. The man gives an exaggerated, flourishing bow and presents a small card which reads only Jumble Murder Sense. Xerxitect Sorcerer Extraordinaire. XXX. Verstehe. Nudge, nudge. He then snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning wildly all the while. Ja? Maud whispers, somewhere in asylum is one balmy shot. Das stimmt. Nämlich, das ist, ja. Ach ja, stimmt ja, den haben wir ja ganz vergessen. You're the man who cursed Weekwind, aren't you?
Updated my journal.
Jumble pulls an innocent face and shrugs as if to say, I don't know. He then covers his mouth with his hand and giggles like a giddy schoolgirl. I'd like you to remove his curse. Jumble pretends not to hear you, instead belching loudly and resuming his belly drumming, his eyes wandering around the fest hall. Is there anything I could do so that you'd remove Weekwind's curse? Curse? Curse. Jumble won't look at you, but shakes his head. Truth. Remove Weekwind's curse, Jumble, before I'm forced to hurt you. Jumble raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly, and though his lips or throat don't move to shape any words or sound, a torrent of incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth.
Updated my journal.
Jumble shuts his mouth, and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly you hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble Murder Sense merely turns his head and waves you away. Uh-oh, looks like you just got a curse thrown down on you, Chief. What have you done to me, Jumble? Jumble ignores you entirely. I'd better find someone who can help me lose this curse. Ja, das ist ja fantastisch. Okay, wir haben eine neue Priorität. Wir vergessen mal ganz schnell Merriman. Das ist ja ganz hervorragend. Was machen wir denn jetzt? Haben wir hier vielleicht Sebastian? Gucken wir. Haben wir hier... Du siehst schon auch so aus wie ein Magier. Ach, du bist auch ein Magier. Naja, gut. Schweigen wir mit dir. Ja, ist auch gut. Salabesh, den haben wir noch gar nicht gesprochen. So I cursed the clumsy oaf. Ach, guck an, das ist ja mal hilfreich. Du verfluchst also auch gerne. Mhm. This tall, thin man, dressed in heavy crimson robes, has sharp, pinched features. He bows regally as you approach him. I'm Salabash, often called Salabash the Onyx, future mage tutor for the Civic Fest Hall. Future. Mm-hmm. You've business with me, I take it? No, just some questions. About what? Not the ward and the like, I hope. Plenty of more common folk could answer such questions. I'd just as soon direct you to one of them. And I'd just as soon Why are you called the Onyx? A long tale, which I shortened to save my breath. In my youth I was once called Salabash the Golden, for I was said to have a heart of gold. Small, hard and yellow. Schön. Well, I cursed the fool who started that, so that he could only speak from his arse, and defecate through his mouth. Oh, das ist nicht schön jetzt. The Onyx appellation, along the same lines as the Golden, though admittedly somewhat less clever, soon followed. In any case, I'm a much kinder fellow now, far less prone to laying curses and the like. I'm not certain if I deserve the name any longer. You cursed him so that... what? Oh yes, you heard right. Oh God. Salabash sighs happily and chuckles to himself. That sort of thing is why I'm known as the Master of Curses, you know? Master of Curses, perhaps you could help me then. Help you? Salabash sneers. Doubtful. Before you can respond, he sighs, shaking his head. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you then? Jumble Murder Sense cursed me. Jumble Murder Sense? Ha! That sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. Salabash frowns. But I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you. After all, it's his curse. Not the sort you'd find on an item or some such, you know, that you could remove with simple magics. He'll have to remove it. And willingly. Ja, das habe ich schon befürchtet. Dass das nicht mit Remove Curse geht, das wäre ein bisschen zu einfach. Well, could you teach me a curse then, that I could use on him, yeah? Well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curses to myself, you know? Ha. Ha, ha, ha. And besides, even a single curse would take one a long while to learn, more time than I'd care to spend on it. Perhaps you're just worried your curses aren't good enough to best him anymore. You what? Of all the ridiculous... Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars. Salabash the Onyx is the master of curses, and there is no other. Why? I could give you a single phrase that would render that nincompoop's cursing wholly impotent. Purse your lips, look skeptical. That's it! You've made me do it! Salabash utters a short string of impossible syllables, words of power which you note mentally for later use against Jumble. There, see what that does to him, and tell me Salabash the Onyx isn't the master of curses then. Thanks.
Updated my journal.
So, jetzt bist du fällig. Jumble Murder Sense. Ja. Halt doch einfach die Luft an.
Alright.
Will mich hier gerade jemand angreifen?
Alright.
Moment. War ja nicht gerade das, Nö. Ja, Nee, um euch kümmern wir uns später. Wir müssen jetzt erstmal unseren Curse loswerden.
Done. I'm gone.
Ach so, oder das passiert... Ja, das passiert, wenn ich den Schluck auf habe, weil das wie getroffen wird. Wie als ob man getroffen wirkt, glaube ich. Na gut, dann Jumble. Jetzt bist du fällig. Jumble frowns at your appearance, biting his thumb in your direction and waving you away. Thought a curse Jalabas taught you on him. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Salabash's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Exorcitect mage notes that something seems to have happened, and an evil grin spreads across his face. Continue. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of its own, only to realize he has no voice. Celebish's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, thereby destroying the Xerxitec's ability to curse others. He clutches at his throat, panic welling up in his eyes. Wunderbar, so wollen wir das haben. Looks like the tables are turned, Jumble. What do you think will happen when anyone you've ever cursed finds out that you can't speak, or curse anymore, Jumble drops to his knees, a pleading expression in his eyes. Oh, he looks ready to burst into tears. Oh. Will you remove the curse you placed on me and swear never to curse another who didn't mean you harm? Na gut, wir haben ihn ja wir wollten ihn ja, aber egal. Jumble places his hands over his heart and nods vigorously. Very well. I'll remove the curse then.
Updated my journal.
Jumble sighs with relief. Jumble sighs with relief as you remove Celibus' curse from him. In turn, he in turn removes his own, and your hiccups finally stop. He then bows humbly and casts his eyes to the floor. I'd like you to take your curse of weak wind as well.
Updated my journal.
Jumble nods, pouting, and with a wave of his hand removes Weakwind's curse. Thanks. Farewell, Jumble. Ja, das war immer hilfreich. So, du blöder Depp. So, ist hier noch wer drin? Kisai, This is a life-sized granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, eyes closed. Ja, da wird er bestimmt nur die Erfahrung ausprobieren wollen, wie es ist, eine Statue zu sein, so wie ich die kenne hier. It is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed and incredibly lifelike. Ja, hat einen Namen, es ist keine Statue, Mensch. Spiel. So much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. Touch the statue. You touch the statue and find that, while the clothes that adorn it are of grey cloth rather than rock, the skin is as cool as hard as granite. Strike the statue. As you make to strike the statue, its eyes flash open and it catches your fist in an iron-hard grip. Ah, guck an. Narrowing its cold grey eyes, it speaks with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Why would you strike, Kisai? Forgive me, I only meant to see if you were truly a statue. He nods slowly, frowning. You are forgiven. However, one feels you are lacking patience. Perhaps I have some questions. Hello, my questions. No response. Wait for a response. Ja, patience. Ja, ich hab's verstanden. Still no response. You get the sense that Kisai might be testing your patience. Yeah, keep on waiting. A few minutes pass and Kisai still failed to respond. Wait quietly for a few more moments. The statue's eyes open. He gazes at you with cold grey eyes. He speaks ponderously with a voice like to Ja, wissen wir schon. Your patience is noted. Kisai would speak with you now. Maud rolls his eyes and makes a gagging noise. Powers, no, not another Burg that talks like this. I've questions about you. Ask. What is it that you were meditating upon when I first found you? Kisai meditates upon the way of stone. The way of stone. A philosophy, a method of combat. With it, Kisai seeks to achieve invulnerability. Ooh, ja? Invulnerability. You'd be unbeatable in combat. Ah, danke. Ah, nameless one. Yes. Yes. No, the way is not yet perfect. Kisai will make it so one day. Kisai knows this. Can you tell me what you've discovered so far? No one has asked Kisai to share his knowledge of the way. Kisai shall do this now. He begins to speak at length, slowly and carefully. Listen and learn the way of stone.
Updated my journal.
Sehr schön. Armor-Class dazu bekommen. After hours, oh god, after hours of listening and many questions, you come to understand what little of Kisai's way of stone he can teach you. In combat, you will use it to resist and deflect your enemy's blows, improving your armor class. Thanks. Another question. Question about you. Who are you? Yeah. What are you exactly? One is of the race called Stone Princess. Kisai is Genasi of Earth. Genasi of Earth. Genasi.
Updated my journal.
Kisai's father, an elemental creature of Earth, a Dao. Kisai's mother, a human woman of noble heritage. Such is what it is to be Genasi of Earth. What do you do here? Kisai meditates. Kisai also trains others in the arts of combat. Can you train me? He looks you up and down, making a deep rumbling noise. Slowly he holds up his hands and breaks off one of his fingernails with a sharp crack. Kisai would see you break this stone. He hands you the shard of living rock. Okay, break the stone. With some effort you snap the shard of rock in two. He takes the stone from you and places them in his mouth, chewing them to dust with a harsh crackling sound. Hast du jetzt gerade ein Stück von deinem eigenen Finger Das ist egal. Kisai finds you physically suitable. Kisai would now ask, why do you seek training? To defend myself. Kisai finds no need for melee then. What do you mean? Kisai means to say that there are many ways to do these things. One may steal an opponent's weapon, leaving him defenseless. But the battle must still be fought. To rely on theft is a mistake. After time he nods. One may hide. If one cannot be seen, one cannot be attacked. One is invulnerable. But no thief has mastered stealth to such a degree, and some foes can't be hidden from. Your scent or very thoughts will give you away. After a short wait, he nods. Mighty spells can smite many foes, more quickly than any blade. Mages are like a flask of flaming oil. Powerful, but once spent, nothing. They are physically deficient, their spells merely crutches against this deficiency. When one's sorcery is spent, the core of combat still remains. He smiles slightly, making a deep rumbling sound in his throat. Kisai finds you fit to teach. Meet Kisai in the training chamber. I have things to see to now. I'll go there later.
Updated my journal.
Okay. Aha, er ist jetzt in die Training Chambers gegangen. Ja gut, okay. Das ist ein gutes Recht. So, dann machen wir mal, wir wollten ja eigentlich mit wem anders sprechen. Nicht mit dir. Mit dir. So, das, ist der nicht hier irgendwo rumgelaufen? Mord, komm mal mit. Da bist du. Okay, dann würde ich sagen, ja, das Gespräch machen wir dann beim nächsten Mal. Nächsten Video. Und dann sehen wir uns dann. Bis dahin. Tschüss.